The WHO recommends that cities should provide 9 square meters of green space per person, located no more than 300 meters from their homes. Well, in Bangkok, did you know that only 4 out of 50 districts meet this standard? About 8,900 areas in Bangkok are green spaces, but only 133 of them are public parks, including the Pathumwan, Pravet, Chatuchak, and Pranakon districts. These are the districts that have reached the global standard for accessible green space. Currently, the average amount of accessible green space per person in Bangkok is 7.49 square meters. But the Bangkok Metropolitan Administration aims to achieve the WHO recommended amount by 2030.
The numbers don't tell the whole story, actually. The satellite data and the city records show that Bangkok has suffered from urban heat island effect because of the concrete density, because of the traffic emission, and especially because of the lack of green space.
Associate Professor Dr. Niramon Seorisakun, a director of the Urban Design and Development Center, added that the urban heat in the capital has a great effect on people's well-being, especially that of those who are at the grassroots level and those with low income. The 15-minute Pocket Parks project was one of the BMA's green policies, aimed at increasing the amount of green spaces in residential areas, shifting the focus from how many green spaces are there in those areas to where they are located and who can access them. Expanding green spaces in those hotspots could be challenging due to their dense populations and fast urbanization. But the private sector is aware of green space and sustainability trends.
For example, like a generous rooftop garden, the green wall, metro forests, certified green buildings and clusters that show businesses can join force with the government to reduce the temperature of the city and make the city healthier.
Actually, green spaces don't always have to be underground. They can also take the form of places like the one I am standing, the Chao Phraya Sky Park, an elevated linear park in Bangkok. In 2020, the Chao Phraya Sky Park was the first of its kind in Southeast Asia. It is the result of the collaborative initiatives of the BMA and UDDC to regenerate abandoned areas to green public spaces. In the past, real estate developers would not be concerned about green spaces as they saw them as not particularly valuable. Now, however, things are changing.
นักพัฒนาลงทุนทำอาคารนะครับแล้วก็ให้ความสำคัญกับพวก Green Space มากขึ้นพื้นที่สวนหย่อมพื้นที่สวนสาธารณะภายในตัวโครงการมากขึ้นก็จะได้ incentive ที่เขาเรียกว่าเป็น FAR bonus นะฮะ FAR bonus ก็สามารถเพิ่มพื้นที่ใช้สอยภายในตัวอาคารก่อสร้างพื้นที่ใช้สอยในตัวอาคารได้เพิ่มมากขึ้นด้วยจึงทำให้พวกนักพัฒนาในฝั่งของภาคเอกชนให้ความสำคัญพวกนี้มากขึ้นรวมทั้งตอบโจทย์ของความต้องการของคนยุคปัจจุบันมากขึ้น
There are now an increasing number of green spaces and sky parks in building projects in the CBD of Bangkok. To reduce the hotspots in Bangkok, expanding green spaces underground could be a challenge as those high-rises already exist. Dr. Ponrat, however, encourages both government and the private sector to develop more green spaces in the areas along the train service lines, called transit-oriented development.
เป็นนโยบายในการพัฒนาพื้นที่เพื่อทำยังไงให้คนสามารถอยู่อาศัยทำงานแล้วก็ใช้ชีวิตได้อย่างครบวงจรภายในพื้นที่นั้นๆได้คือเขาลดการใช้รถยนต์ส่วนตัวลงนะในวันเสาร์วันอาทิตย์เขาสามารถเดินช้อปปิ้งได้เพราะมีศูนย์การค้าที่อยู่รอบสถานีรถไฟนะแล้วเขาก็สามารถพักผ่อนได้ในพื้นที่ Green Space หรือพื้นที่สวนหย่อมสวนสาธารณะที่อยู่รอบสถานีรถไฟนั่นเอง
Dr. Ponrat and Dr. Niramon hope that their suggestions will be implemented in Thailand, since there is no option but to fix this climate crisis.
For Bangkok, from this approach, I think a cooler, a fairer Bangkok, which no one is left behind in the hot sun, is very important and must achieve.
Warisala Sehan reporting for Thai PBS World.